Hey guys, so we already did the mythics for the set. I wanted to do the rares, but I feel like I'll do these in a different way. I'm just gonna do them off of what I remember these cards being, how good they are, to rank them and just go through as quickly as possible. The archaic, honestly don't know. I might have to look this one up just really quickly. Okay, 28 bucks. Is this a new card? Must be. Whatever.
You can join the Screw Army by subscribing.
Like, I don't know. I don't remember. Abundance, probably not worth it. I'd give that like a D minus, maybe an F. Arms Collector, really, really good. One of the top tier rares, I'd say. You'd probably be pretty happy pulling it. It's probably gone down a fair bit since it's only had that one printing. So it might not be as high as what I'm thinking, like mid-30s, something like that. But still, I'd say it's a decent pull. I might give it a B, B minus. Amino Augury isn't a bad spell to a degree, but again, not the most amazing. I think I'll give it a D. Ancient Stone Idol, I'll give that a D. Not very amazing. Angelic Field Marshal isn't too bad. I like the buff, I like the vigilance, but there are other cards that do this and do it better. And just give you more. So I don't know. Um, I'll give this a D as well because I don't think it was worth that much. Arachnogenesis, um, not too sure how much it was. Maybe it was like 20 bucks. I'm not too sure. So maybe it's on like the $10 to $20 range. So I guess it's a C or so. Arasta, F, bro. That's not worth anything. Arch of Erazka, I think that's not worth quite a bit. It's not a terrible card, but I think I have to give it an F plus just due to the fact that it's not worth hardly anything. The Archon isn't worth a lot, I don't think, from memory. But not terrible card, but maybe not the most powerful. But still, I might give it a D for what it is. The Assuring Pilgrim, I'm not too sure that this should have just been downshifted to uncommon, but whatever. Is what it is. I think this is an F, not very good. I don't know how many times it was printed. Maybe it hasn't been reprinted a lot, so maybe it's worth more than I'm thinking, but I don't think it's worth that much. I don't think it should be worth that much. So, whatever. The Avatar of Slaughter, not terrible, but it's been outpaced in the last few years. I think it's probably worth a B in terms of what price it was and probably is now. So it might go down, but probably wouldn't be the happiest to open it. Azami, probably an F to a D. Um, been reprinted a lot, probably not worth a whole lot. Azusa is really good. It's been reprinted a lot, so I think that's hurt it. I'd still say that it's probably a B at worst. It is just such a super do good card that you won't be that sad to get it. So, Brian, uh, D. I don't think he's worth a whole lot. If anything, he might even be an F. Um, Battle for Burtguard, that's an F. Sorry. I do like that card, but not very worthwhile. Blasphemous Act, very good card, but I think it's been reprinted like 30 odd times now. But still, people want it, so I'd say this is probably C territory, maybe. Blast Zone. Honestly, think Blast Zone's pretty stinky. Um, it can be good in the right deck to get things that you can't deal with in certain colors and whatnot, but it's lots of hoops to do that, and there's lots of things that could get it easier, so I don't know. But whatever. Might give it a C. Actually, I might give it a D. Probably not worth that much. Bloodchief Ascension was a very good card, and I still think it is. I don't know how much it dropped to, but I'd say it's in that B tier. It's not the top tier that you'd want, but not the bottom. Threnax, not terrible, but just been reprinted a lot. It is sort of outpaced in today's metagame a bit, so yeah, I don't know. I'd say it's a D, probably not worth a lot. Enclave, I'd say that's probably a D as well, probably not worth a lot. The Scythe, cool card for slivers, but anything else, it's probably not worth a lot, but could be wrong, could be worth like $5 or something. So I'd give it a D probably. Boompile, funny card, but honestly, just running a board wipe that actually kills things instead of shenanigans is usually better. Unless you're like in a coin flip deck of some sort or whatever, and it's kind of worth it. I just don't think this is that good, so yeah. And it's certainly probably not bared out in the price, so I'd give it a D at best. Spirit Realm, is this a reprint? Not too sure. Looks like it. But it might be a new card, I don't know. For the sake of me not knowing, I'm just gonna say that it's probably a C minus at best, I'd say. Not the worst. Maybe it's a B minus, maybe. Don't know. Whatever. Braids. I think Braids is funny, but I don't think Braids is good. Been reprinted a lot. I'd say it's in the same range. Probably C tier. Blood Sliver. Funny for slivers, I guess. But otherwise, not that amazing. 5 mana. I don't know. Seems like maybe a $5 card, probably D territory. I know that one's not a reprint. Vista, give that a D. It's a good land, but these cards have been reprinted a lot, so you're probably going to be unhappy to open it. Bluffs, same thing. I think the Capacious Sliver's a new one. I think. Not too sure. Chainer. Chainer is alright, but I don't feel he's like the top tier of cards, so I'll give him like a C minus, I guess. I don't think he's worth a lot, so could be wrong. Just going off what I remember, that sort of thing. Champion Helm, not too bad. I'm never one for equipment. That's me. Or it has to do a lot for me to really think about it. But anyway, I'd give it the perspective of being a D card. It's alright. Lantern, I'd give this a D as well. There's other cards that are just better than it. So, and it's been reprinted a lot. Glade, D. same thing. Been reprinted a lot. Nova's not bad, but again, it's been reprinted a fair bit, I think. So I'll give it a D. The Shredder Sliver actually was really good, or used to be really good, but now they've reprinted it a lot, so I'd give this a D too, probably. It's a really good card, but yeah, been reprinted a fair bit. Commandeer, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't think it was worth a lot because I think it's been reprinted a fair bit. So could be wrong, but not huge on it. So yeah, I'd give it C territory. Corsair Crew fix very good, but still been reprinted to the guild, so have to give it a D. Crippling Fear F, not very good, not worth the time. Culling Ritual, it's pretty good, or used to be pretty good. Can see some play, potentially. Doesn't kill enough for me to really want to play it a lot, but you can ritual out a lot of stuff with it if you have the right board state, so might give it C+. Could be okay. Don't think it's that much money. Rhetoric. I actually think this is kind of on Ghostly Prison level good. I think more people should run it. Maybe I should run it, actually, in my Bilac deck. But I just don't like the effect, but that's me. Certainly it's decent, so I might give it a C level. I don't think it's worth a whole lot. Curtain Call, I don't think it's that bad. You get to kill 2 things for 3 mana. So that's 2 murders for 3, effectively. I don't know. That's not too bad, but not amazing, I guess. Cyclonic Rift, just A. A all the way. Even how many times it's been reprinted, still was up there in the mid-40s and that, so I certainly think it's well worth your happiness in people. Duretti, been reprinted a heck of a lot. Probably D tier, maybe F tier, not very good. Days Undoing, I think this has been reprinted a lot. D. So yeah. Deadly Rollick, I think I'll give this an S. This is like one of the best cards. The whole cycle of these are great. Actually, no, they're not. Like the blue one, the red one are good, and this one's good. The others aren't that amazing. But still, they're all good-ish and free. So that makes them worth it. And you'll be happy to pull it. Decimate, F, bro. It's been reprinted shit tons. Not worth anything. Not worth even running. So that's why it's also not worth anything. Decree of Pain's not the worst card, but I don't know if it's been reprinted a lot, actually. But I think it's overcosted. So there's that. I think I'll give it a D, not worth a lot. Deep Glow, not bad in the right deck, but not that amazing. Honestly, I think it's sort of a bit power crept out by a lot of stuff, and it has one trick. So, it's not that good. I give it a C, I guess. Deflecting Swat, S. I'll give this an S. This is a really good reprint. You'll be happy to open that. Demon Lord Belzenlock. I like Demon Lord Belzenlock, but I'm sad to think or remind myself that this guy probably isn't worth that much. So, sadness is here in this form. He might be worth a little bit more than I think, but I'd still say he's in the D tier, not worth a whole lot. Disruptor Quorum, Still say that's in D tier. Been reprinted a lot, so probably not worth a lot. Transformations, I don't think that's worth a lot, so I'll give it D. Doomwake is a good card, but been reprinted a lot, D. Dracosseth, D, not very good. Dreadhorde isn't bad, but it's only good in certain decks. I'd prefer, what is it? The other one, the main one that makes fairies. But yeah, I think it's been reprinted a bit, so I'll give it a T. Dryad of Elysian Grove is good card, but I think it's been reprinted a fair bit. You wouldn't be too sad to see it, so I might give it a C plus. Duplicate's pretty meh. I'll give it a D because it's still around, still alright, but you know. Eidolon of Blossoms is a pretty decent card, but the price isn't there for it, is what I remember. So I'll give it a D as well. Emerald Medallion this cycle, well, actually, except for Emerald Medallion, but the cycle of these medallions, I'll give them all A plus, except for Emerald. I'll give this one just barely an A, maybe A minus. This is the worst one, and I don't think it's worth that much from what I remember, and certainly not worth running very much. There's very few decks that want it. Enchantress Presence, pretty decent for the right deck. Been reprinted a lot, though. Have to give it probably a D because of that. Not worth the value of packs. Endbringer, pretty nice card, but honestly not that expensive anymore. Yeah, so I might have to give it a D. Endless Answers good, but again, I think it's kind of tough play, but yeah, I might have to give it a D. Endless One, I'm going to give that an F. Not even that good. Edric, pretty good. Might give it B minus. The one problem with it is it dies super quick because you cast a bunch of the things and get 7 and have to sack him and that. So you really have to be sacking them a lot to get the engine going and keep it generating stuff. So yeah. Evacuation, give it a D because it's been reprinted a lot. Exotic Orchard, not bad, but D because it's been reprinted a lot. The Crash, F, not worth anything. Predation is probably one of the only green wraths, but not worth anything, so it's an F, bro. Fairy Artisans, that used to be a really good card. I think it's still okay. I might give it a C plus because I can't really remember how good it actually price wise is. Felidar Retreat's like $1 card, so, and it's not terrible, but it's not amazing. It's in the wrong colors really to be that good. Being white, if it was white green or whatever, you have to put it in green decks for it to make it good. So I don't know. D. Fierce Guardship, already actually just skip over it. Still give it an S, really good. Confluence, I'll give it a D. It's been reprinted a lot. Don't think it's that amazing. Flawless Maneuver, yeah, I'll give it an A, just barely, I think. A lot of these ones are like that. Fortified Village, D, not very good. Been reprinted a lot. Not a bad card, but just in terms of value, not very good. Freylise, I think it's been reprinted a fair bit, so I'll give it a D because it's not very valuable. Snarl, the Snarls, family of Snarls here. I think these reveal lands tanked, so I don't think they're worth a lot. Maybe they're worth more than I think, but I think they've actually been reprinted a bit, so not too sure. I'm still going to give it a D because they're not worth a lot, I don't think. Glacier Sliver's pretty good for Slivers, but that's about it. So I might give it a D. Probably not worth a whole lot, really. In Slivers, you really want it, but anywhere else. Guy Reach, D. Not very good in terms of price. Golter, D. Not very good in terms of price. Gisa, still think she's pretty low. I think she was printed in a set or two before, so give her a D. Gilded Lotus, maybe I'll give it a C minus. Not very good in terms of price, not very good anyway. Glisser, an amazing card. I can't remember how much it is. It's probably half of what I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking it's maybe like $30, maybe. At the most, so I don't know, but still could be in there. So it might be a big B. Godo, combo engine, but I think he's been reprinted a bit, so I don't think he's worth a lot. So he might be worth more than nothing, effectively, but I don't think he's worth a lot. So I might give him C minus. Grand Abolisher, not terrible, but I don't think it's actually been reprinted a lot, but yeah. There's a lot of other cards that are in this space now. Though it is the cheapest CMC or mana value of them, so it still probably is worth a lot. I'll give it an A, I think. It's still probably worth a bit, but it's not your top tier card that you really want. Grasp of Fate, this should be an uncommon. It's not worth anything, I don't think, so F. Grenzo, F, not worth anything. Hammer of Nazan, pretty good, but I don't think it's worth a lot. I think it's probably D tier. Hangerback Walker, pretty decent, but I don't know. I think it might not be worth that much. C tier, I'd say. Hannah, F, bro, worth basically nothing. Hatcheries, oh no, that's a new card, I think. Is it? I don't know. Not very good, don't think. Either way, probably D. Hitasugu, D, not worth a whole lot. Heavenly Blade Master, probably D as well. Hellkite Charger, actually it's pretty decent, but again, it's kind of from the old days when, you know, you hope you have, what? 6 plus 8. You hope you have 15 mana to win? Or have enough mana to keep generating to win? So, yeah. It's a Hail Mary card, but yeah. I do like it, but I'd say it's D, maybe C minus tier. Herald of Pantheon isn't bad, but not too amazing. I'd say it's probably D tier. Heroic Intervention, it is apparently good. I don't see it as that good, but it still was sitting at like $20 last time I looked, so it might be down to half that, maybe mid-teens. So not the worst, probably a C. Icon of Ancestry, D at the best. Like, not very good, not very worth a lot. Idol of Oblivion, not worth a lot. Say it's D. Imp's Mischief is pretty good, but I don't think it's worth a lot. C tier, probably at best. Inferno Titan, D. Not worth anything really. Inspiring Sanctuary is good, but it's not worth a lot, like $1, so I'd give it a D. The Farmlands, give this F because they're not that good. Maybe they're D minus. I don't know. They're just not that good, really. So, actually, It That Betrays, very very niche, and it's just been outpaced so much. In the right deck, it's really good, but again, probably not the top tier. So I'll give it a C minus. Giselle, D. Jet Medallions, an A. Joriel, F. Well, not worth nothing. Carador used to be real good. She could be still pretty alright. But it's got one trick, so it's not that amazing. I'd say it's probably C minus, D plus maybe. Card Bastion isn't too bad, but not worth a whole lot. I think it's probably like $10 tier, maybe $5 tier. So C tier maybe at the best. Kindred Dominance isn't too bad, but pretty overcosted, honestly. But I think it was like floating in that $10 range, so I'll give it a C minus. Cranko, not worth nothing no more. You can pick these up for like $1, so D. Kaikar, he used to be pretty cool, actually. Still think he's okay, probably C. Lifeblood Hydra, pretty cool card, but probably not worth a whole lot. The token Hydra of the set, I guess. So probably D tier at best. The Tide Maker, D tier. Maelstrom Mandra, maybe C tier at best. Magus of the Wheel, D tier. Mangara used to be pretty good, but I don't think it's that amazing anymore. Probably C tier at best. Matarishi Bar, probably D tier. Not that amazing. Maze My Time, F. Just worthless. Absolutely worthless. Magnetic Sliver, probably give this a D as well. Marin used to be quite good, but I think she slipped down. Probably C tier. Messer Enchantress, F, because it's not worth anything anymore. Metalwork Colossus has that one combo and whatnot, so it can be funny in the right situations to combo with it, because you've got to go through all these hoops and stuff, but it's still not worth a whole lot, I don't think. But maybe it's a little bit more than I remember because of the combo and everyone wants to combo. So maybe C tier. Mine's a Glow. Give this a D at best. Not very good. Mirage Mirror isn't bad, but not worth a lot. So I'll give it a D. Miri, this is an A. This is one of the best cards they've reprinted. I'm really happy they reprinted this because now I can get a non-foil version of this finally. So I'm really happy about that. And it's a really good card that, I think was in the mid 30s or so. Maybe a little bit less, but still probably be in the teens to 20s range. Maybe it's less good than what I've ranked it, but to me, it's just that good. I think it's underrated quite a bit and think more people should play it. Mystics, cool card, but been reprinted a lot. D, not worth a whole lot anymore. Mobilized District, was this ever worth anything? D, maybe even F. Mirror Construct, I don't think worth anything. F. Mystic Confluence used to be pretty good. I think they've reprinted this a lot, so I'll give it D. Mystic Forge is great in the right deck. I don't think they've reprinted this overly, so could still be floating up there, so I might give it a C. Mystic Gate, D. Not amazing, but whatever. Nahiri, I'd give that a D. She's not worth that much, I don't think. Necroblossom, D. Not worth a whole lot. Necrosar, probably same thing. Not worth a whole lot. Nesting Dragon actually used to be worth a bit. It's probably dropped the price right down in this reprint, so I'd say it's probably in C- to D tier, somewhere in there. Nev Disc used to be quite a bit, but they've reprinted the shit out of it, so it's probably in the D tier. Non-Xanax pretty decent, but I don't think they've reprinted it a lot. So, but still, it's probably not that high. It's probably in the C tier. The Behemoth. Oh no, that's a new one. Oath Gideon. The Oaths. Actually, Oath of Gideon and Oath of Jace. Both D. Probably not worth a whole lot. Don't think they were worth a whole lot ever. Oath of Teferi. That's got to be high B, maybe low A. It's a really great card for the right decks and just makes those decks super powerful. Sought after. Don't think it's worth a lot, but it's certainly not worth nothing. So, Obnixilis, don't think it's worth a lot. D. Skewering Haze, I think this is C at best. Odrix, F, worth nothing. Slumlord, don't think it's worth a lot. I think maybe $1 or two, so D at best. Oran Frostbane, really good. I don't know, this might have to be high B, low A. Again, just a great card, and people need this sort of card in their decks. Super good. Medallions, obviously an A. Personal Tutor, pretty decent, but not a huge fan. But I still think it's right in that A tier, maybe even S tier range, because it hasn't been reprinted a whole lot. So yeah, you'd be real happy to open it. Port Town, Prairie Stream, D's. Promise of Loyalty. Actually, I kind of like this, but it's probably not worth a whole lot from what I remember. So I'll give it a D. Pure Steel used to be super good, but they reprinted it a lot, so I'll give it a D because it's not worth a whole lot anymore. My Chisa, same sort of story. Used to be pretty good, but I think they reprinted it a lot, so bit sad there. So she's probably in the D tier. Rafik, I don't actually think they reprinted Rafik that much, but they've reprinted him a little bit, so he might be low C tier. Rankle, don't even think. Oh, Rankle was a mythic before, so he's been downshifted. Or was he? I'm pretty sure he was anyway. But not that amazing. But Flying and Haste, pretty decent. But he's got to be in the very right deck. So, still, might give him C-. Realm Walker's pretty good. Don't think they were reprinted a lot. And it's a card a lot of people want for a lot of decks, so give it a B. Regal Behemoth used to be pretty decent. Still think it's alright. I'll give it a B. Sliver, I'll give it a D. It's alright. Now, these other cycle lands are all probably going to be in the A to B tier, I think. Don't think they. Was this the cycle that they reprinted before? No. They're not actually floating it that much right now, but they're still super good. Just a staple. But considering the price probably of them, this is probably one of the more expensive ones. Yeah, might give them a C plus, maybe B minus. Reverberation, D at best. I'd say not worth a lot. Only got one more to go. That's good. Righteous Confluence, probably not worth a lot. Give it a D. Medallion's obviously an A. The Prairie, D. Ruins, D. Not worth a lot. Runescar, again, used to be pretty good. Not really good unless you're cheating it out. Could still be worth a bit. I don't think they've reprinted it a lot. So I'd say it's in the B tier. Psy, not worth nothing. F. Don't think Shishuko's been reprinted a lot. At least I haven't seen it been reprinted a lot. I don't think it's that amazing. Not terrible, but yeah, not that amazing. I'd say it might be high C tier though, maybe even low B tier. So Sanctum Weaver's pretty decent. I'd say that's in B tier. It might not be as worth as much as what it was before, but still pretty decent card that works very well on the deck. It does go in, so Sandworm, D, not worth hardly anything. Sapphires, obviously an A. Sarkin, D, not worth nothing. Shadow Groves, nah, D minus, not worth hardly anything. Groves, D, hardly worth anything. Alright card, but not worth hardly anything. Scourge of Throne, I say this used to be good, and it isn't terrible, but it suffers from not having haste, so I'd say it's going to become a D tier, maybe low C tier card. Yeah. Scytheclaw, I'd say this is a D, not that amazing. Seagate, D, not too good. Sekasar, he's cool, but I don't think he's worth a lot. I don't think you even think he's been reprinted a lot, but I just don't think he's that amazing. I never see people play him. I never see that much hype from him. So it makes me sad because he is pretty cool, but I think I'll have to give him like a D. Maybe I'll give him a high D because I do like him. Semester End, it's kind of alright, but I don't think it's worth a lot. I'll give it a D as well. Safara, D. I don't think she's worth a lot. Citizen Champion, it's alright, but I don't think it's worth a lot. I think it's probably in high C tier, maybe. Savine's Reclamation used to be pretty good. Don't know how it is now, but whatever. Might give it C tier at best. The Thicket, the Snarl, D's. Shrine of Forsaken, D. Sidisi, D. Sigil, D. Arbiter, D. Not worth nothing. The Expanse, The Marsh, Simulacrum, D. Song of Dryads, probably a D too. Soa used to be pretty good. Probably in the low C tier at best. Spark Double used to be real good, man. Just real good. It's probably in the low B tier, maybe at best. Spectator Seedings an A. Still real good. Or at least a B. Spiteful. Maybe C. Mystic, D. Star of Extinction, D. Steel Hellkite, D. Shaper's Gift, A. Really good tutor. So yeah. Giraffe, D. Not worth nothing. The Coil, D. Not worth nothing, I don't think. Kraken, D. Not worth nothing. Sublime, don't think that's worth hardly anything. D. Prairie, D. Hollow, D. Sword, probably low C tier, maybe. Maybe just C tier. Slaver, D. Selthus, I don't think she's been reprinted a lot. Low C tier, though, I'd guess. Talrant, F. Get out. I don't know whether this sliver's new or not. Don't think it is. An old one. Don't know. Whatever. I think it's a C card at best. Teferi, I think this is high B tier. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Not the best, but you wouldn't be the worst off with it. All the temples, F. Not worth nothing. Not even worth playing, I don't think. Tempt, D at best, if not F. Taser used to be worth a bit. Don't think it's worth a lot now. Might give it a C because it used to be alright. Mending, D if not F. Not worth nothing. Tooth and Nail, another combo card effectively. Not the worst, but I'd still say it's low C tier. Torrential Gear Hulk. Probably D tier too. Toxic Deluge, pretty good. I'd say that's an A. Center's obviously an A. Transforming 1, D. Treasure Nabber is kind of cool, but I don't think he's worth a lot. Though he might be worth more than I think, so it might be C tier. Sanctum, D. Ugin, it's alright for certain decks. Might give him a C. Stadium is obviously an A. Blast, C maybe. Banner, C, I'd say, at best at this point. Vault, A. Confluence, D. Don't think it's worth a lot. Enchantress, C at best. Lich, D. Avatar, D. Wake Dead, C at best. War Room, D, I'd say. Swordtooth, probably C at best. Wrath of Gods, C at best. Confluence, D. Sancha, D. Yenet, D. Isan, C at best. Yuriko, C at best. Zakama, probably C at best. Zatopa, F. And that's it. That's all the cards. Again, guys, if you've stayed this long, thank you so much for watching. I know it went long, so I'm so sorry for that, but it is a lot of cards to go through. Tell me if you want to see some of the better uncommons or commons. Hope you have enjoyed, and hope you will join me for more.